Have you ever wondered why society insists on setting an expiration date on desire? Why the world seems to whisper that passion, intimacy, and self-pleasure are things of the past once you hit a certain age? It's an unspoken rule, one that has kept millions of people in silence, feeling ashamed of something that is as natural as breathing. But here's the truth. Sexuality doesn't fade with time, it evolves. It deepens, it transforms, and it becomes a source of well-being, not just pleasure. Yet, so many people ignore one of the most powerful tools for maintaining both physical and emotional health, self-pleasure. Why you must watch until the end. Before we dive in, let me make one thing absolutely clear. This is not a conversation about guilt, shame, or embarrassment. It is a conversation about empowerment. About reclaiming your right to joy, self-care, and personal wellness. In this video, we'll explore white heavy checkmark the surprising health benefits of masturbation after 50, how it helps reduce stress, improve sleep, and even support heart and prostate health. White heavy checkmark the science behind self-pleasure. What happens in your brain and body when you engage in it? White heavy checkmark the dangerous myths and misconceptions that have kept people silent for far too long. White heavy checkmark, and most importantly, how embracing this part of yourself can lead to a happier, healthier, and more fulfilling life. If you've ever questioned whether self-pleasure is still relevant for you, if you've ever wondered whether it could improve your well-being, then stay with me until the end. Because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see yourself, your body, and your right to pleasure, forever. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, I encourage you to click the subscribe button and ring the notification bell to stay updated on all our latest content. I'm eager to hear your thoughts on today's topic. If you enjoy the content, please comment 1 below. If it doesn't resonate with you, leave a 0. Your feedback is crucial as it helps me create better videos that align with your interests. Now, let's get started. Before we begin, let me make one thing very clear. This conversation is not meant to cause discomfort or embarrassment. In fact, it is quite the opposite. It is here to bring light to a topic that is often misunderstood, buried under unnecessary stigma, or simply ignored as we age. And yet, it remains profoundly important. Too many people grow up in a culture where sexuality is treated as something fleeting, something that belongs only to the young, the vibrant, the energetic. Society tells us that passion has an expiration date, that pleasure is reserved for youth, and that, with age, our desire should be tucked away, replaced by practicality and restraint. But here's the truth. Sexuality is not just for the young. It is for the living. It is not merely about physical satisfaction. It is about emotional connection, self-awareness, and personal well-being. It is an integral part of who we are as human beings, regardless of age. And if we allow ourselves to embrace it, free of guilt, shame, or societal expectations, we open the door to a deeper, more fulfilling relationship with ourselves. Now, you may be wondering, why talk about masturbation after 50? Does it really matter? Should this even be a concern at this stage of life? The answer is simple yet profound. Yes, it matters. Yes, it is relevant. And yes, it is worth discussing openly, honestly, and without judgment. Beyond pleasure, the overlooked benefits of masturbation in later life. Let's be clear, masturbation is not just about pleasure, though pleasure in and of itself is a beautiful and valid part of the human experience. It is a powerful act of self-care, with benefits that extend far beyond the bedroom. For decades, researchers have studied the effects of masturbation on overall health, and time again, the findings reveal the same truth. It is a natural, safe, and beneficial practice that plays a meaningful role in well-being, no matter your age. The science behind self-pleasure. What happens in your body? When you engage in masturbation, your brain becomes an orchestra of biochemical magic. It releases a flood of dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, and endorphins, all of which create a cascade of physical and emotional benefits. White heavy checkmark dopamine, the reward neurotransmitter that enhances motivation and pleasure. White heavy check mark. Oxytocin, the love hormone that fosters relaxation, trust, and emotional bonding. White heavy check mark. Serotonin, the mood stabilizer that combats anxiety and promotes a sense of calm. White heavy check mark. Endorphins, the body's natural painkillers, reducing stress and enhancing overall well-being. These chemicals don't just make you feel good for a moment. They contribute to long-term health benefits, such as small blue diamond. Stress reduction, engaging in self-pleasure releases built-up tension, helping to relieve stress and anxiety, which is especially crucial in later years when mental well-being becomes a top priority. Small blue diamond. Improved sleep quality. Masturbation can help regulate sleep cycles, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep, a common challenge as we age. Small blue diamond. Better heart health. The release of oxytocin and endorphins contributes to lower blood pressure and improved circulation, promoting cardiovascular well-being. Small blue diamond. Cognitive benefits. Some studies suggest that regular sexual activity, including masturbation, may help keep the brain sharp and reduce the risk of memory-related conditions. For older adults, these effects are particularly significant. As we age, hormonal changes, stress, and life transitions can impact our mood, energy levels, and overall sense of well-being. Yet, maintaining a regular and healthy sexual routine, whether through intimacy with a partner or self-pleasure, can serve as a powerful tool in fostering emotional balance, physical comfort, and self-connection. Why it's crucial for physical health in older adults. Beyond the emotional and psychological benefits, masturbation plays a critical role in physical health. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 1 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. For women, regular sexual activity, including self-pleasure, helps maintain vaginal elasticity, improve blood circulation, and prevent discomfort caused by vaginal dryness, which is a common issue during menopause and beyond. Keeping the tissues active and engaged contributes to greater comfort and long-term sexual health. For men, masturbation helps maintain prostate health, encourages healthy erectile function, and supports overall blood flow to the genital area, reducing the risk of erectile dysfunction. Studies even suggest that regular ejaculation may reduce the risk of prostate-related issues, providing an extra layer of protection against age-related changes. And let's not forget the most essential aspect. Masturbation fosters a deep and affirming connection with one's own body. It reminds us that pleasure is not something to be ashamed of. It is something to be celebrated. It encourages us to embrace our evolving bodies with acceptance and gratitude, rather than fear or avoidance. How often should you masturbate? A common question many people have is, how much is too much? How often should I engage in self-pleasure? The truth is, there is no single correct answer. Each person is unique, and their body's needs vary based on health, lifestyle, personal comfort, and overall well-being. That being said, research suggests that for healthy older adults, masturbating once or twice a week may be enough to sustain its many health benefits. However, this is not a strict rule. It is simply a general guideline. Some people may feel comfortable engaging in self-pleasure more frequently, while others may prefer less. The key is listening to your body. Small blue diamond. If you feel energized, content, and balanced, then your routine is likely working for you. Small blue diamond. If you feel fatigued, distracted, or find that it interferes with daily life, it may be worth adjusting your habits to find a better balance. Sexual health is not about numbers or statistics. It is about personal well-being and self-awareness. Breaking the silence, embracing a shame-free perspective. One of the greatest barriers to open conversations about masturbation in later life is shame. For generations, society has conditioned people to believe that sexual pleasure is only acceptable under specific circumstances. Heavy check mark when you're young. Heavy check mark when you're in a relationship. Heavy check mark when it is solely for reproductive purposes. But none of these ideas reflect the reality of human sexuality. Desire does not have an expiration date. Intimacy does not belong only to youth. Pleasure is not something to be outgrown. It is something to be nurtured. It is time to challenge outdated beliefs and redefine what it means to embrace sexuality in later life. If you have ever wondered whether it is normal to continue prioritizing sexual pleasure after 50, let me reassure you. Heavy check mark, it is not just normal, it is natural. Heavy check mark, it is not just acceptable, it is beneficial. Heavy check mark, and above all, it is your right. You do not need permission to honor your needs, explore your desires, and reclaim your connection with your body. So take ownership of your pleasure. Take ownership of your health. Because you deserve to feel good at every stage of life. Masturbation and pre-existing health conditions. Understanding your body's needs. For those living with chronic health conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, or cardiovascular disease, sexual activity, including masturbation, remains an important aspect of well-being. However, it is essential to be mindful of how these conditions affect energy levels, mobility, circulation, and overall comfort. Many people hesitate to discuss sexuality with their doctors out of embarrassment or fear of judgment. But the truth is, sexual health is just as important as any other aspect of physical and emotional well-being. Understanding how your body responds to self-pleasure when managing a health condition is key to ensuring a safe and fulfilling experience. Diabetes and masturbation. Supporting circulation and sensation. For individuals with diabetes, particularly those who have lived with the condition for many years, maintaining an active sex life, including masturbation, can offer important benefits. White heavy check mark, improved circulation. Sexual activity encourages blood flow, which is crucial in preventing complications associated with diabetes, such as nerve damage and poor healing. White heavy check mark, mood regulation. The hormonal release that occurs during self-pleasure can help counteract the emotional highs and lows that sometimes accompany blood sugar fluctuations. White heavy check mark, stress relief. Masturbation can be a powerful tool for managing stress, which is essential for keeping blood sugar levels stable. However, there are some potential challenges to be aware of. Small blue diamond neuropathy, nerve damage. Some individuals with diabetes experience reduced sensitivity in certain areas of the body, which can make it more difficult to feel pleasure. Adjusting technique, using lubricants, or experimenting with different sensations can help keep self-pleasure enjoyable and fulfilling. Small blue diamond, blood sugar fluctuations. If you experience dizziness or fatigue after sexual activity, it may be a sign that your blood sugar is dropping too quickly. Be mindful of how your body responds, and consider keeping a small snack nearby if needed. Hypertension, understanding the temporary effects of arousal. If you have high blood pressure, hypertension, you may wonder whether masturbation poses any risks. The short answer: in most cases, no. Sexual arousal does temporarily increase blood pressure, but for individuals whose hypertension is well managed with medication or lifestyle changes, this is generally not a concern. Light bulb, the key is balance. If you ever feel lightheaded, overly fatigued, or experience discomfort, slow down, take deep breaths, and allow your body to adjust. As always, if you have concerns, speak with a doctor who understands your health history. Cancer, recovery, and reclaiming your body. For individuals who have undergone cancer treatments or surgeries, such as those recovering from breast cancer, prostate cancer, or other major medical procedures, masturbation can be an empowering and deeply personal way to reconnect with one's body. Cancer treatment often brings physical changes, from surgical scars to changes in sensitivity and hormone levels. Many people experience shifts in libido, body image struggles, and a sense of disconnection from their sensuality. This is where masturbation can be an incredibly healing practice. White heavy check mark, for women recovering from breast cancer or hormone-related treatments. Self-pleasure can help restore confidence and encourage body appreciation. White heavy check mark, for men who have undergone prostate cancer treatment. Masturbation can support blood circulation to the area and aid in recovery from erectile dysfunction. Healing takes time. Patience and self-compassion are essential. There is no right timeline for when or how you should return to sexual activity after an illness. Your body will tell you when it's ready. Emotional and psychological benefits of masturbation. More than just physical relief. One of the most overlooked yet incredibly valuable aspects of masturbation is its profound impact on mental and emotional health. Aging is a journey of change, one that often includes significant life transitions. Heavy checkmark retirement shifts the structure of daily life. Heavy checkmark children grow up and leave home, leading to feelings of emptiness or loneliness. Heavy checkmark the loss of a spouse or longtime partner can create a deep emotional void. Heavy checkmark social circles may shrink, leading to increased isolation. Amidst these transitions, masturbation becomes more than just a source of pleasure. It serves as small blue diamond, a stress reliever. When emotions feel heavy or overwhelming, the natural chemical response of self-pleasure can create a sense of comfort, grounding, and peace. Small blue diamond, a tool for self-acceptance. As our bodies change with age, continuing to engage in self-pleasure can reinforce self-love and appreciation for what our bodies are still capable of. Small blue diamond, a way to process grief. For those who have lost a partner, self-intimacy can be a gentle, healing bridge toward rediscovering one's own desires and self-worth. The ability to cultivate pleasure, joy, and connection with oneself is an act of self-care. It is a reminder that you are still here, still deserving of love, still worthy of feeling good. Masturbation and romantic relationships, strengthening intimacy, not replacing it. A common misconception is that masturbation is a sign of relationship dissatisfaction, that if you are in a partnership, self-pleasure should no longer be necessary. This could not be further from the truth. Masturbation is not in competition with a fulfilling romantic life. In fact, it can enhance it. Light bulb, here's how. White heavy checkmark self-awareness. When you understand what brings you pleasure, you can communicate it more clearly with your partner, leading to more fulfilling and connected intimacy. White heavy checkmark no pressure intimacy. Sometimes, external stressors, work, health, family, can make partnered intimacy challenging. Masturbation can provide an outlet for pleasure without placing pressure on a spouse or partner. White heavy checkmark enhanced desire. Many people find that maintaining a personal connection to their sensuality actually increases their desire for intimacy with their partner. Of course, communication is key. Being open about sexuality, without shame, judgment, or fear, can strengthen emotional intimacy, build trust, and create deeper connections in relationships. Masturbation does not take away from love. It is simply another avenue of self-expression, self-care, and personal well-being. Final thoughts. Embracing pleasure, self-love, and confidence at every stage of life. If there is one message you take away from this discussion, let it be this. You do not age out of pleasure. You do not lose your right to intimacy. You do not need permission to enjoy your body, your desires, or your own company. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment number 2 below to let me know that you are still watching this video with me. Masturbation is a deeply personal, completely natural, and profoundly beneficial practice. It fosters physical health, emotional resilience, and self-confidence. No matter your age, no matter your relationship status, no matter what society may have told you, your sexuality belongs to you. So embrace it. Nurture it. Celebrate it. Because you deserve to feel good, today, tomorrow, and always. Debunking myths about masturbation. Separating fact from fiction. Sexuality, particularly when it comes to self-pleasure, has long been a topic surrounded by misconceptions, cultural taboos, and outdated beliefs. Many people, especially as they age, are led to believe that masturbation is somehow unnatural, unnecessary, or even harmful. But let's set the record straight. These myths are simply not true. Masturbation is a normal, healthy, and deeply personal aspect of self-care that can provide immense physical, emotional, and psychological benefits at any stage of life. So, let's take a moment to debunk some of the most common myths and replace misinformation with truth, science, and self-acceptance. Myth number 1. Frequent masturbation is physically or emotionally harmful. Prohibited. False. There is absolutely no scientific evidence to suggest that regular masturbation causes any harm, physically, mentally, or emotionally. This outdated belief has its roots in old religious and societal narratives that aim to discourage self-pleasure, often associating it with guilt, weakness, or even medical consequences like blindness. Yes, that was actually a belief at one point. But in reality, modern research tells us the opposite. Small blue diamond physically, masturbation is safe and beneficial. It promotes blood circulation, enhances hormonal balance, and supports sexual health. Small blue diamond mentally, it is a powerful stress reliever, triggering the release of dopamine, serotonin, and oxytocin, which improve mood, reduce anxiety, and promote relaxation. Small blue diamond emotionally, it fosters self-confidence and body awareness, helping people maintain a positive relationship with their changing bodies as they age. Of course, like anything in life, balance is important. If masturbation begins to interfere with daily responsibilities, relationships, or personal well-being, it may be worth evaluating emotional triggers behind the habit. But for the vast majority of people, self-pleasure is a completely normal and beneficial part of life. Myth number 2. Masturbation causes sexual dysfunction. Prohibited. Completely false. Some people worry that masturbation might lead to erectile dysfunction in men or a decreased libido in women. The reality: there is no scientific link between healthy masturbation and sexual dysfunction. In fact, white heavy checkmark for men, regular masturbation can help maintain prostate health and erectile function by keeping blood vessels active and responsive. White heavy checkmark for women, it can help prevent vaginal atrophy and dryness, particularly after menopause, by encouraging natural lubrication and tissue elasticity. White heavy checkmark for both men and women, it actually enhances sexual function by improving self-awareness and reinforcing comfort with one's own body. The only time masturbation may pose an issue is if someone becomes overly reliant on artificial stimulation, such as watching excessive adult content, to the point where it dulls their natural arousal response. But this is more about habit than masturbation itself. With mindful adjustments, this can be easily addressed. Myth number 3. Masturbation is unnecessary or inappropriate in old age. Prohibited. Absolutely not. One of the most damaging myths is the belief that sexuality has an expiration date, that pleasure, desire, and intimacy no longer matter after a certain age. This could not be further from the truth. The idea that older adults should no longer engage in sexual activity, whether with a partner or alone, is purely societal conditioning. It is based on outdated cultural expectations rather than biological reality. Light bulb: here's the truth. Heavy checkmark sexual pleasure has no age limit. Heavy checkmark desire does not simply disappear with time, it evolves. Heavy checkmark staying sexually active, including masturbation, can promote longevity, self-confidence, and an overall higher quality of life. Research has shown that adults who maintain a healthy sex life, whether with a partner or through self-pleasure, tend to white heavy checkmark experience lower rates of depression and anxiety. White heavy checkmark have better heart health and blood circulation. White heavy checkmark report higher levels of happiness and emotional fulfillment. White heavy checkmark maintains stronger cognitive function as they age. If you find joy in self-pleasure, embrace it without shame. It is a sign of self-love, personal well-being, and a deep connection to your own body. Myth number 4. Masturbation is a sign of loneliness or a lack of a romantic partner. Prohibited. Not true at all. Many people falsely assume that if someone engages in masturbation, it must mean they are lonely, unfulfilled, or lacking intimacy. But in reality, masturbation is not a replacement for connection. It is simply another form of self-care. Many people in healthy, loving relationships still enjoy self-pleasure, and many single individuals engage in it as a way to connect with themselves. White heavy checkmark masturbation is not about choosing between intimacy and solitude. It is about understanding yourself. White heavy checkmark, it can enhance a romantic relationship by helping you better communicate your desires and preferences with your partner. White heavy check mark. It fosters independence, reminding you that your pleasure is yours to explore, whether or not you have a partner. Myth number 5. Talking about masturbation is embarrassing or shameful. Prohibited. This is a damaging societal belief that needs to change. For too long, sexuality, especially in older age, has been pushed into silence. But ignoring a natural part of life does not make it disappear. Instead, it creates unnecessary shame, confusion, and misinformation. Talking about masturbation openly, honestly, and respectfully. White heavy checkmark normalizes the conversation around sexual well-being. White heavy checkmark helps people feel empowered rather than ashamed. White heavy checkmark encourages self-acceptance and personal exploration. White heavy checkmark allows individuals to make informed, confident choices about their bodies. It's time to shift the narrative. Pleasure is not embarrassing. Self-care is not something to be whispered about. Masturbation is a natural, valid, and meaningful part of life at every age. Final thoughts. Embrace the truth. Let go of the myths. Sexuality is not something that disappears with time. Pleasure is not something you have to justify. And most importantly, your relationship with your own body is yours to celebrate, on your own terms. So the next time you hear a myth about masturbation, challenge it. Replace misinformation with truth. You deserve to feel good, live fully, and embrace every part of yourself, today, tomorrow, and always. So now that we've uncovered the truth about self-pleasure, broken down the myths, and explored the incredible benefits it brings to both physical and emotional well-being, let me ask you, what have you learned today? Did anything surprise you? Did you find a new perspective on something you once felt uncertain about? More importantly, is there one thing from this video that you will take with you and apply to your own life? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share one key takeaway that resonated with you the most. Whether it's a new understanding of the science behind self-pleasure, the benefits for mental health, or simply the reminder that pleasure and intimacy have no age limit. And before you go, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue bringing meaningful conversations like this to light. Thank you for watching, and remember, your well-being, your joy, and your connection to yourself are worth prioritizing at every stage of life. See you in the next video.